What was your evaluation of the first time out?
I thought the guys did some good things. You know, there were some good things that we had done in the offseason in camp. It was good to see it on display. And then there was plenty of things we need to correct from a schematic standpoint, from a technique. So just like any other game, you know, you try to build off the good things and try to correct and learn from the bad things.
It seemed like Eric Gentry made his presence felt quite a bit, even being in a part-time-ish role.
Yeah.
Like, where did he impress you most?
Just with his versatility. You know, he's a guy that can do a lot of things. So each week it might look a little bit different, but you can do just about anything with a guy his size and speed.
Coach, what did you do specifically to slow down Kyron Lacey in that second half?
You know, the guys just went out and they were just locked into their keys to the splits and were just playing at a high level.
What was your sense of the interior defensive line?
Consistent. You know, when the guys are playing consistent in there, it affects the way the backers play. That affects the way the DBs play. So the more consistency we can get in there, the better. Now, was it perfect? No, there's plenty of stuff to correct, but it's going in the right direction.
The DB rotation was tighter than I think some people expected. Is that something you expect to expand in a couple weeks?
Yeah, it'll be a little different each week.
What does Bear need to do to play more?
We're going to try to rotate all those guys and get all those guys reps. And, you know, during the game, I'm thinking about a bunch of other things, so I'm not exactly aware of, you know, who's getting what. But, you know, each week, like I said, same thing with the DBs, it'll be a little bit different as far as, like, who plays what, how much, and what role that person has.
Was it just kind of the feel of the game that Elijah Hughes didn't get into the game? Was there something wrong? Was it just the guys in there doing the job?
Just a feel of the game and, you know, just we have a rotation, but sometimes you can't get everybody in. It was just the way that specific game went. But again, it won't be like that every single week.
We didn't see Mason Cobb out there today. What's his status? And if he's not able to go, is Eric, do you expect him more in a traditional inside linebacker role?
I'm going to let Coach Riley touch on injuries.
What was just your evaluation of Anthony Lucas, a guy who, you know, you said coming in was aware of the steps he needed to take? And
I thought he showed a lot of progress. You know, he has a lot of ability. He has a lot of upside, and he's been doing a lot of good things in camp. So we were excited for him to go out there and show everybody, and he did that. But just like everyone else, there's plenty of things to correct and to build on.
Houston said, I think, after the game that, you know, it was still far from the defense that they expected. Just what were some of the areas that you noticed on film that you feel like you guys can still kind of tune up?
Just communication, just overall execution, everyone being on the same page, and just being aware of what the situation is. You know, there was some times in the game where I thought we could have been better at that.
There was a lot of highlight plays. Was there one in particular that really stuck out to you after you watched the film?
It's hard to pick out just one, man. You know, the guys were playing hard. I don't want to just single one person out.
What stood out to you specifically about the way the defense played in the red zone?
I felt like they were resilient. You know, we obviously didn't want to let them down there, but when they got down there, you know, we played hard. They did a good job responding no matter what happened in that drive, and I think as a defense, that's important. You know, no matter what happens on the drive, you just have to make them earn it all the way down. So I don't care if it's a 10-play drive or if they got down there and one explosive play, they're not in the end zone yet.
What makes you such an effective coach?
The players, you know, they play hard, they buy in. Anytime you have smart guys that buy in and play hard, it's always going to make you look a lot better as a coach.
It seemed like the tackling was quite different from what we'd seen last year. How would you just evaluate that aspect of it?
The tackling was better. Like I said, it wasn't perfect. There were some misses that we need to correct, but it was better. And it's something that we've been really emphasizing with all position groups.
Going against a Utah State team, you know, you're not really sure who's going to start a quarterback. Obviously, Bryson Barnes brings a little bit of a, you know, dual threat aspect. What is kind of the mentality this week as far as preparing for, you know, potential more RPOs?
Yeah, you have to prepare for both. You know, and you when you look at their tape last year, their quarterbacks that played kind of had that mobility that he has. So we have to be prepared for the quarterback run game. We have to be prepared for him to extend plays. And then if they're starter plays, you know, we have to be prepared for what he brings as well. So we're practicing for both of them.
We didn't really see D'Anton Tompkins the last couple of years. What's he shown you in the time you've worked with him?
Man, he's gotten better and better. And a guy that, again, his versatility to be able to play across the front. There's times he'll be outside, there's times he'll be inside. We're super excited about the direction he's going.
The whole defensive staff's on the field during games. What's the thought process behind that preference?
Well, we have 3 coaches in the box, so we have 2 GAs and an analyst, and just with the tablets and with us having video on the tablets, it just kind of changes the information that you need. We still need information, but it's not as much, hey, what happened on that play, because we're going to look at the tablet and we can see that ourselves.